We are back at Up North at 4. Today we have Chef Luke that has come back again to join us to cook up something delicious right in time for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. This is a great dish for Valentine's Day. It's actually called steak au pois. It's a French dish.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorites. It's everything I believe in: simplicity, execution, and just getting the best ingredients possible. And it's not that hard. It's au pois in French actually means pepper encrusted.
Okay.
So it's one of my
So how do you say it? Au pois.
Au pois.
Au pois.
Yeah, I believe I may not be perfect.
I love the sound of it. I used to take French back in the day.
Did you? How'd I do then?
That was actually pretty good. Yeah, let's get started. Let's get to it.
So it always starts with the shopping. The cooking doesn't start in the kitchen. It starts with the shopping. And we had Jeff go out and get us some filet mignon. He went to Bessie's. He got center cuts. That's the best cut of the best cut, right? Mm-hmm. So we're playing with really good ingredients here.
Okay.
I wanted to kind of show you how you should disperse the salt on my fillets. But what that salt brine is going to do is it's actually going to dry out the outside of the steak, and it's actually going to hold more moisture, believe it or not. If we were doing this, a dry brine, we would do this a day ahead of time. We would get coarse kosher salt, okay? Don't use sea salt, table salt. It's going to get too salty. You want this bigger grained salt. And you're going to want to put about 1/2 teaspoon for every 8 ounces of meat. And it's just simple. It's just dispersing from up high, covering all the sides. Essentially, at this point, we would put these steaks on a cookie rack over a cookie sheet.
Okay.
And just put it in the top shelf, uncovered in our fridge. Forget about them. Let them dry out. In the meantime, as we talked about, au pois means pepper encrusted. We have to get our pepper together.
Okay, our pepper. So we start the pepper?
Yep. So what we have here is black peppercorns. You could use the tricolors. I personally prefer the black.
Okay.
And all we're going to do is put them into our zip top bag here.
Okay. Just drop all of them in here.
Drop them in, you bet.
All right.
Okay. Now we're gonna get a little primal here. We gotta break these up.
Oh no, I'm a little worried, I'm scared.
It's really important that you start with whole peppercorns and not like fresh crushed pepper, because what's gonna happen is then out of your pepper grinder, it's gonna burn in the pan. We don't want that. So you want a good coarse crush. So all we're gonna do is take a meat mallet. At home, if you have a heavy skillet, you could break up the peppercorns.
Okay.
A rolling pin, or maybe if you're really in a pinch, you grab your kid's baseball bat out of the garage.
When you're trying to get that frustration out.
Absolutely. So we're just going to go ahead and break these up.
Okay.
Making sure that you don't crush them too much, because that is important.
Okay. All right.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
So then what we're going to do, Agnes, is we're just going to put a little bit onto our cutting board here.
Okay, a little bit.
Yeah, you could dump the whole bag if you wanted to. It's not an exact science. Like I said, this is the primal part of this elegant dish.
Okay.
We're just gonna take this, Agnes, and we're just gonna grind it in there. That's all we're gonna do. And it should look something like this.
Okay, yours looks so good.
Absolutely. And you kind of get an idea of how coarse these peppercorns should be broken up then.
Okay.
Just press it right in. You know, if you didn't get perfect coverage, you can work at getting that edge rolled in, and that's sufficient. That looks nice.
So why this dish for, why do you think this dish is perfect for like Valentine's Day?
That's a great question. It's approachable, it's easy, but yet it's elegant. We have some beautiful cognac that's going to go into this pan sauce. We're going to add our unsalted butter. I typically use unsalted butter because you can always add salt.
Right.
You can't take it out.
Just one.
Just one in here. It's a little hot. I'm just going to take mine off heat real quick. Just to let that pan cool some. So what we're going to do is add a little bit of oil. We're just going to swirl those two together. It's really important that we don't have too much, because you don't want a dry pan, but yet you want to sear, right?
Right. Okay.
So now that we have our butter and our oil mixed to achieve that higher smoke point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our steaks in the pan. When I do this recipe, start with the naked side down. That's going to make direct contact with the pan. That's how our fond is built up.
So the pepper is on top then?
Pepper up top, yep. it. Right now
Okay.
we're just gonna let it cook.
Oh, so we don't move it around and just
Nope,
let it
just
sit?
let it do its
Okay.
thing. Don't worry the food.
Well, we will be right back after this break. We'll let this sizzle and cook, and we'll be with you guys in a little bit.